Why is it called member of the technical staff?
That's a great question. For a long time, this was true even before I joined OpenAI, by the way. I believe this was Greg Brockman's idea. We really wanted there not to be a distinction between engineers and researchers. If you look at a classic lab, a place like Google Brain, for example, where a lot of the people who started OpenAI came from, at the time, and maybe still today, there was a big differentiation between whether you had a PhD and you were a researcher, or whether you were a software engineer and you did data, you did implementation. And it was bad because the researchers didn't feel like they could get their hands dirty writing data code or writing implementation code. And you can't understand the systems aspects of your research unless you're writing the code. If you think about what makes Alec Radford the genius researcher that he is, it's each time he does something, it's that he looked very closely at the data and he thought, what are the possibilities of this data? He wrote his own data scraping code from the very beginning. And so if you want to have someone who really understands the full stack, I think Paul Graham has this great analogy to painting where the resistance of the medium dictates the kind of painting that you're able to make. Research is very much like that. It's very much an artistic endeavor, and researchers themselves are artists and should act like artists. And so by not having that distinction, just by calling everyone member of the technical staff, we were able to have a much more level playing field. And later that really came in handy when we had people who didn't have PhDs. Many of the great researchers at OpenAI, Aditya Ramesh, Alec Radford, many of these people don't have PhDs and in fact learned their trade by working at OpenAI.